Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Friday, July 21st, 2017. Pretty nice day today. Had some clouds over there, but right now it's clear and it's sunny, and the solar is cranking. So, I wanted to do a video today, and this actually was a request by somebody, so I thought I would do this video. They had asked if I would do a video on the fact of what would nurses, doctors, EMTs, police officers, firefighters do in an S.H.T.F situation. Now, first of all, it would depend on the severity of the situation. Obviously, if it was just a localized situation, collectively we would jump in and do what we had to do. If it's a worst case scenario, end of the world as we know it type of situation, that's a whole different kettle of fish. Now, it could possibly be that they tried to press us into service, saying that you have to come and you have to do this or you have to do that. I don't know if that would actually happen or not. Again, depending on how bad the situation is. But I think that if it's, like I said, if it's a localized disaster and, you know, our services are needed to help out, all of us would be there. Firefighters, EMTs, nurses, doctors, police officers, firemen. All of us would be there. Now, worst case scenario, I think you're going to see 95 to 96% of those personnel are going to bail and go take care of their family. Okay? And realistically, that's what most people are going to do. You're going to run into the person that doesn't have any family at home, is a single person, no kids, no nothing like that. Most likely they would try to stay on and help. I truly believe that they probably would, because they really don't have other obligations, okay? I think the rest of the people are going to be gone. I think, you know, the police officers are just like anybody else. They're going to look after their family first and foremost, above all, okay? So, that's realistically what I think is going to happen. And again, it could be, if it was a, you know, like a lockdown, a martial law lockdown, and, you know, there could be a possibility that they could say, listen, we have, you know, we need all the nurses that are around or whatever to voluntarily come in and yada, yada, yada. I don't know who would do that. I'm sure some would. I wouldn't. My family comes first. And again, it really comes down to what is the emergency. If we had some natural disaster and they needed our service and they needed us to help, as long as things were squared away at home, I think most medical personnel, emergency personnel would be there in a second. And I truly believe that, okay? But if it is like let's say, okay, I'm going to use an example. Let's say it's a devastating nuclear attack, and we're hit by a whole bunch of nukes in different parts of the country. I think you're going to find that most nurses, most doctors, most cops, most firefighters, most EMTs, all those medical type of personnel and emergency type of personnel, firefighters included, I think those people are going to take care of their own first. I truly believe that. I don't see it, I really don't see it going any other way, because, I mean, if you think about it, if you are involved with your family and you have little kids at home, let's say, okay, here's an example. You're the nurse and you're a 25 or 26-year-old female. You're a single mom and you have three kids at home, okay? And let's say they're in daycare. This horrible, horrible emergency happens. Your number one priority is going to be get over there and get your kids. Make sure your kids are squared away. Same thing with police officers. Same thing with firefighters. Same thing with EMTs. You know, anybody that's in the medical field, anybody that's an emergency personnel. In a situation like that, you kind of have to evaluate what is your priority. And like I said, I can see if somebody doesn't have any family, I can see that if you don't have kids, I could understand you wanting to try to do as much as you possibly could. But realistically, in a situation like that, it would be a horrible, horrible situation. You look at, okay, here's a good example, guys. I mean, I'm gonna give you a great example. 9/11 happened, okay? And so you had a lot of emergency personnel went there. A lot of firefighters lost their lives. A lot of police officers lost their lives, okay? Now, the aftermath, let's talk about that. You had a lot of emergency personnel, EMTs, nurses. They were doing triage basically right there. They breathed in all that crap from the World Trade Centers, and a lot of them have had tremendous amount of respiratory issues and stuff like that, okay? So, am I going to risk my health and not take care of my family? You know what I mean? You really have to take those things into consideration. And, you know, I mean, we have, you know, in the medical field, we've taken this oath to, you know, to protect people and help people and save people. That's what we do. You know what I mean? That's our job. But the thing is, in a situation like that, you know, and the thing is, now in that situation, had I been in New York City, I probably would have gone right there to help out. I'll be honest with you. I definitely, you know, that would have been a situation where I would have gone to help, because the whole country wasn't under attack. It was an isolated incident. And the thing is, you know, but the thing is, a lot of medical personnel, a lot of EMTs, a lot of nurses are having health issues to this day, if they haven't already passed away, because of going there and helping. Okay, so those are things you guys got to think about. This is going out to anybody that is an EMT, anybody that's a doctor, anybody that's a nurse, you know, your firefighters and your policemen too. I mean, you look at the number of good people that died because they were trying to help, okay? You know, that's our role. That's what we do. You know, I understand that. But the thing is, in a worst case situation, the priority changes. It really, truly does. It's not, oh my God, I got to go help everybody else now. It is family. And I don't care if you're a police officer. I don't care if you're a firefighter. Whatever, you know, emergency personnel or medical personnel that you are, I'm telling you, 95 to 96% are going to go home and are going to take care of their families and make sure their families are squared away. Personally, that's exactly what I would do. And I hate to say that, and it's, you know, and I feel horrible saying that, but and I've said it 101 times in a million videos. That, I mean, I have over 1,100 videos up, guys, and you'll hear me say over and over and over again, my number one priority is my kids. My number two priority is my kids. And my number three priority is my kids. So then I ask anybody after that, any questions what my priorities are? That's it. I mean, I am going to make sure, because if it's a worst case scenario, you are going to have panic. You are going to have chaos. It's going to be a horrible situation. So the thing is, I've never been one to panic under a stressful situation. I just always have dealt with things. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. Okay? But in that situation, you know, the kids would be freaking right out. Okay? And they're young. So it's like my job as a parent, number one, is to make sure my kids are squared away. Okay? And make sure that they're safe. And that's exactly what I would do. I think most medical personnel and everybody else that I've mentioned would do the exact same thing. Now, I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on this topic, okay? I really want to hear it. Now, I know, like I said, there's some of you out there that are single individuals that don't have any children, not married. You would probably stay on and try to help. You're also going to get a few, you know, people that are going to do it no matter what anyway. But I'm telling you, I personally believe 95 to 96% of all those people that I talked about are going home. In a worst case scenario, not in just a naturalized disaster. In a naturalized disaster, we're all coming together and helping out for the greater good. That I definitely believe as well. Okay, so I just want to clear that up. There's a big difference between the two. Okay, but so somebody had asked me, like I said, to do this video. I want your guys' feedback. I want to hear what you think and what you have to say, and I want to hear from my subscribers that are nurses. I want to hear from my subscribers that are EMTs, you know, doctors. I want to hear from my subscribers that are police officers. I want to hear from my subscribers that are firemen. What would you do? What do you think? If you sat down really hard and thought about it, especially if you have children at home and you have family counting on you, what are you going to do? Okay, So I definitely want your feedback. I think it's a great topic, definitely something of interest, because the fact is, as a society, we rely on us, okay? Because we're always there. We always do what we should do, okay? But it's a whole different ball game in an S.H.T.F situation. It's a whole different ball game. So, like I said, I believe it's a fantastic topic, and so I just definitely wanted to get your guys' input on it, what your thoughts are, what do you think, okay? So, like I said, I just, you know, it's definitely something interesting, that is for sure. So, anyway, guys, it is Friday, so, and like I said, let me show you this here again. It's just a little overcast up here, not too bad, but it's a warm one up here now. And I'm going to say New York, okay? So please forgive me, my southern friends. I realize that it's not 100 degrees here, but when it's 88 degrees and 100% humidity, pretty much, heavy humidity, it's hot for us, okay? We don't deal with it as much as you guys do down there. So, you know, forgive me if I'm going to say it's hot, 88 degrees today, and it's very overcast, a little bit, no, not real overcast, but a little overcast, but it's very muggy. So, anyway, listen, I want you all to have a wonderful weekend. You know, be safe. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. You got to tell the people that you care about how you feel, because you just never know. And like I said, if I walk in a house right now, and if I walked up to my kids and said, hey, guess what? They would know instantly. They would go, you love us? And I would go, absolutely. I tell them all the time. You know, to me, it's so important to do that. And so, but anyway, and the important thing, guys, to remember, STD, whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever goals you're trying to reach, you can reach them. The only one that's going to stop you from doing that is yourself, nobody else. Do not listen to negativity. Negative people are miserable, unhappy people. We should actually feel sorry for them. That's what I do. I feel sorry for people like that, because, you know, they haven't realized how precious life is and how important it is. And when they go around hating everybody, or hating this ethnic group or that ethnic group because of the media or whatever other reasons. I had a real, okay, I'm going to tell you a quick story here on this aspect of it. I had a guy I worked with when I was in North Carolina, when I had gone down after I got out of the service, and I was working in a town God, I lived in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I worked at an Olive Garden in Durham, and I worked full-time at a psychiatric hospital in Butner, North Carolina, okay? Well, we worked at an Olive Garden, and this one kid that I worked with was half Vietnamese and half white, because his father had been in Vietnam, and he had married a Vietnamese woman and stuff like that. So this kid and I would talk and stuff like that a lot, and he used to tell me, "Oh, Ed, I hate black people." And I tried to talk to him and be like, "Dude, why? Why do you hate black people?" And he said, "Oh, because my father did." And I said, "Listen, dude," I said, "you know, you're half white and you're half Asian." I said, "If anybody shouldn't hate black people, it should be you, because, you know, you're a mixed race child yourself, you know." And I just never could understand that mentality, but just because his father hated black people, he hated black people. And I just, here's the thing, and this is what I'll say, and I'm going to get off of here after I make this comment. There's good and bad in every race, okay? And I hate the term race, because we are one race, we are the human race, okay? But in every color, you have good people and you have bad people. You can't take an entire group of people and say, all Mexicans are lazy, all black people steal, all white people, you know, dump their loved ones in a nursing home. I mean, you can't stereotype people as an entire group. It's just ridiculous, okay? That's my opinion on it. I just wanted to put that out there. So anyway, guys, listen, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all tomorrow, and have a great night. Be safe, please, and I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.